there's a very unfortunate yearly tradition that happens after WrestleMania. The Friday before SmackDown after WrestleMania, a lot of times WWE wrestlers are released, not renewed, straight up fired from their contracts, and that sucks. Now, before you jump in the comments section and say, it's a business, not everybody's gonna make it, I don't care. I don't want to hear that. You can justify people losing their dream jobs all you want, go for it. But personally speaking, I think it's a shame. I understand, but I think it's a shame nonetheless. And I feel for these wrestlers. I could only imagine if I was a writer on the WWE staff and they fired me, I would be heartbroken. I would be heartbroken. And honestly, though, when I look at the people who were fired today, it's a head scratcher. I'm like, I get it. TKO said, Triple H, you got to fire people. And I also understand Vince McMahon used to fire people too, but I'm like, what? These people? Kairi Sane? Aleister Black? Aren't these people in actual storylines right now? Big storylines? It's like crazy. I just wanted to talk about it. I want to talk about it, but first I'm going to talk about this belt giveaway. Actually, tonight, Saturday the 25th, I'm going to give away a belt on a live stream. So at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, join me. I'm actually going to do the hot takes. Hot takes are also going to be on the live stream, and then I will give away a belt. So, join me tonight. It's actually going to be, I think, 6:30 Eastern Standard Time. I'll do the hot takes and whatnot. And if you don't win the belt, I'm going to give away Funko Pops and stuff like that as well. Let's just have some fun times. But we do got to talk about this just downer of a subject. You want to process what happened. But first off, to win the belt, you just got to comment below, subscribe to the channel, and you can win said belt. It's not a toy, for real. It's a replica. Sorry. I just this is such a crappy subject that it's hard for me to get wrestling's so cool right now because, it is a business. I get it. But you know what sucks? Kairi Sane. For months, literally months, she has been getting, picked on by Asuka. And Io Sky here and there was like, Kairi, you don't have to deal with this. And Kairi's like, no, I got it. She just got abused. And now she's just gone. No storytelling. Literally, Asuka won. That's not cool. We needed to see Kairi push back. We need to see Kairi push back, even if it was just at Backlash where she turns on Asuka so she can help Io Sky win a match. At best, all we can do right now is for Asuka to say, yeah, I sent Kairi back to Japan because she lost our tag match. That's so anticlimactic. This reminds me of when Carlito was released. I get it. Carlito, they needed to release somebody. He wasn't doing much on the card, so they released Carlito. But Carlito still had 2 weeks left on his contract. And so he was like, why don't I come back for my 2 weeks? And they're like, no, you don't have to. He was part of the Judgment Day. Every week he was in the Judgment Day playing PlayStation or whatever. And Judgment Day's a family. And then suddenly one day, Carlito was gone. It was awkward. They never even mentioned Carlito was a part of Judgment Day. One day he was just gone. And now Kairi's just gone. And we've been invested. She's part of a storyline right here. How can we just get rid of her like this? Give her a send-off at least. Let her push back on Asuka. Let her do something. This is their dream job, and I'm sure they would love an opportunity to finish their story. Am I wrong here? I get it if Kairi doesn't want to because maybe she's too emotional, or any of the wrestlers don't want to finish things up because they're a little too emotional, then maybe I get that then. I get that. But I know Carlito wanted to finish out his 2 weeks, and I would love if Kairi could finish it out. Like I said at Backlash, even if we don't get a match, because I get it. Well, we can't let Asuka lose now to Kairi because she's not going to be with the company after this match. Fine. Again, have Kairi help Io win then against Asuka. That's all you had to do. Kairi was winning a match 2 weeks ago against Io, and now she's just fired? Crazy. And what about Aleister Black? Aleister Black, Zelina Vega. So I will keep Zelina Vega separate because she's been her own singles wrestler, and I think there's a case for her that's a little head scratcher, but I know she has been tied to Aleister Black recently. And you want to know what's the most unfortunate thing about Aleister Black? He was actually supposed to kind of be the voice in Randy Orton's head. I get it. He was a total ripoff of the Karrion Kross gimmick, which is like a head scratcher also on why Karrion Kross was released, but regardless, we have Aleister Black was supposed to be part of the Randy Orton Cody Rhodes storyline. And here's the thing. TKO jumped in and inserted Pat McAfee. And this causes a chain of events, right? Causes a chain of events which takes Aleister Black off of the program. Therefore, he can't get that WrestleMania exposure, connection with the crowd. And Pat McAfee and Jelly Roll, they end up saying, you know what, this isn't for us. Let's get out of wrestling. Now, that whole storyline is just one crazy debacle. And Aleister Black, I believe, has suffered the most out of it because he lost his opportunity to be in a main storyline. The fans wouldn't have rejected him as hard as they did with Pat McAfee because Aleister Black, whether he had feelings for him or not, he's not an outsider, right? Like, people could have been like, okay, he's allowed to say the things that he's saying. And so Aleister Black now, he's like probably getting paid big money and not in any real program. So it's like, well, we got to get rid of him. But if he had been in the WrestleMania program, maybe the fans could have got behind him. So now this is a big what if. This is a big what if. What have we done with Aleister Black since he's been on the roster? He had like a 6 to 7 month feud with Damian Priest that literally went nowhere. I remember a couple months ago, him and Cody Rhodes actually fought for the title, and that was really refreshing. Just some new blood in the main event scene, and yet no. And he was just about to be part of the main event program, and now he's fired? And Zelina Vega. Okay, so you could literally apply everything to what I just said because she was Aleister Black's manager, so she would have been along for the ride. But Zelina Vega, when she was the U.S. champion, it sucked. Her title reign sucked. But she begged WWE to take that title to Japan, Noah Wrestling, AAA, all these places, so she could get exposure for the title. And WWE said no. WWE said no. It's like she wanted to go and do things, but she was not allowed to. She was proven good on the microphone when she was the mouthpiece for Andrade, and yet she barely had microphone time. Like, I don't know. I think, again, just why? It's one thing to release somebody, but it's another thing to release somebody without allowing them every possible opportunity before saying, yeah, it's just not working out. The Wyatt Sicks. The Wyatt Sicks had one of the most unique reintroductions of all time, where they started off and they like literally massacred the entire backstage area, and then within 3 or 4 months they were losing to Karrion Kross's Final Testament faction. And then I remember when they lost to them, I was like, why are we jobbing out the Wyatts right now? Shouldn't they be a really big deal? And then the Final Testament, literally everybody was released except for Karrion Kross. I was like, why did we let that faction beat the Wyatts if we were going to release them? The Wyatts and the MFTs fought for 7 months. That was such a nothing feud. It was so laborious. And I'm going to be honest with you, I'm not even really a big fan of the Wyatt Sicks because I'm not a big fan of spooky wrestling. But I know we didn't try everything that we could have. They were left dormant for months, not on TV. And they were just giving feuds that just went on way too long with really no heat whatsoever. A 7-month feud over a lantern? Give me a break here. Give me a break. Why did we try turning them heel? Like, shouldn't they be heels? There were some moments that were interesting, like when they kidnapped The Miz and they broke into Scarlett's dressing room, Karrion Kross's wife. Like, when given the opportunity, they could actually be on the creepy side, but no, we would just keep them off TV. Yeah, we had 30-minute bangers every Monday Night Raw, but like, we needed to give more TV time to these people to give them opportunities to get over. Apollo Crews was released, and you're going to be like, well, he wasn't doing anything. Whose fault is that? It's not Apollo Crews' fault that he did not have TV time. It's the writers' fault. It's the producer's fault. When there's a 20-minute match on SmackDown, make it a 10-minute match on SmackDown and give Apollo Crews 10 minutes to do something. In an interview. He was what, the Nigerian warrior prince, whatever he was. That was a really good gimmick, and we took it away from him to make him super generic. He just sits backstage smiling with Matt Cardona. Of course they're gonna release him. Of course he's boring and lame. We took away his one great character. Like, why? Stop having these 20-minute matches. Have your writers write something for these characters. And then if he's not connecting, you can release Apollo Crews. You get what I'm saying here? I'm not saying that Apollo Crews should have a job for life. I am saying, though, like, let's give him opportunities. Motor City Machine Guns, like, in their third match, they won the tag team titles, and they were actually kind of in a storyline with Johnny Gargano right now. And it's just like, why do we just drop these storylines? It's weird to me. And we never tried them as a heel. Why not throw them on Raw? Just throw them in NXT as a heel tag team. Make them like the veterans who feel like they can't hang with the main roster, so they go to NXT. And they just, like, you know, they're just these cocky veterans, so everybody has to fight them. That would be good. That would be good exposure for NXT. Santo Escobar, this guy, he could speak. He had actual charisma, and we're trying to break into the Latino markets, right? Here was a Latino guy. He could speak really good English, so he could connect with everybody. But again, opportunity after opportunity, they did not give him. He actually quit last year, and then WWE reached out to him and got him to resign. It's like, why'd you do that? He never showed up on the main WWE TV again. They re-signed him and he never showed up again. Like, what was the point of that? And Alba Fyre also got released. She's part of the Secret Service. Now, I know Alba Fyre is, like, really, really good, right? Like, her NXT UK days or her just stuff in Europe. She's a great, phenomenal wrestler. But I think she had a great, phenomenal run as Chelsea Green's sidekick. I like... Could we have had a falling out there? Could we have had Chelsea Green fire her or something? Could we have done something? Could we give these wrestlers a send-up? WWE wants to tell us that wrestling is fake and it's just a TV show, then treat it like a TV show. If you got characters and there's some kind of contractual issues, then you gotta write those characters off. You can't just have a TV show and then poof, they no longer exist. Anybody fans of The Boys, could you imagine if when they got rid of Queen Maeve, they didn't write her off? Suddenly she just wasn't there? If in Stranger Things, suddenly Robin, you know, the DJ girl, she was gone, like, it would be weird. Like, you gotta say something. You gotta write the characters off somehow, some way. And yeah, I don't know. I understand that wrestling's a business at the end of the day, but again, they're also human beings that we, the fans, get attached to. We know and love them, the character, their storylines, and you just gotta make the writers do something about it. Give them the respect to give them a send-off. Let them say goodbye. Give them closure as well. So yeah. I don't know. This is just me processing. These are just my thoughts on the subject, and it sucks. No matter what, it sucks. And yeah, that's about it, boys. That's about it, gals. See you for the live stream tonight, and then we'll have some kind of better video for tomorrow. All right. See you. Bye.